Because you are that, you are capable, you are gifted, and you are so unique. All of the things that you may hate about yourself are your strengths. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be opinionated. It's okay to be different. And it's so okay to just be you. The world awaits to receive you.
All right. Welcome. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. And it is reaction time. All right. We here live, okay? Today we're going to be doing a reaction video. And this is continuation of what we've been talking about when we did our last reaction video. We did a reaction video related to a lot of things that Jaguar Wright was talking about. We also did a video highlighting her commentary on Philly life, I believe, in that interview. And she said a lot of key things that we wanted to highlight on this channel because I do believe when it comes to Jaguar Wright, because of the way that she comes off, there's a severe misconception of her heart, of who she is. And I think that more people should take the time to try to represent Jaguar Wright and her story in a better light. Okay. So here on Uncensored, we're going to always keep it 100%. We're going to always keep it 100% gully here. Right is right, wrong is wrong, crazy is crazy, lazy is lazy. It is what it is. But we want to highlight the facts over fiction. That's the most important thing. So today, in this live, we're going to react to who got the juice this week. Okay. Now, all our reaction videos won't be based on this particular topic. It'll be different topics. Sometimes people had a juice, sometimes they won't have a juice. But this week, SeanDavieWay has the juice. Who got the juice? SeanDavie got the. You got the juice. I'm trying to make a song. I'm trying to make a song for you, baby. Okay? I'm trying to make a song. Who got the juice? Okay, but I don't want to go too deep into cracking jokes and things like that because I feel like after watching this reaction video, actually watching the interview that SeanDavieWay did with Sam, Jaguar Wright's son, it confirmed a lot of the things that I was saying and asking. One, when it comes to Tasha K and the interview she did with him, I was totally disappointed when I really did my background because I never watched the interview, but I knew that Jaguar Wright's son was artistic. And I will say, after listening to him on this interview, I fell in love with him. I almost cried. He sounds like the most amazing person you can ever meet. Yes, you can tell all of that from a voice. That's why people were saying, oh, he sounds like he's young, he's a minor. No, what you hear is purity. That's what you hear in his voice. So it brings such joy to me to see him try his best to represent himself and his mom. He didn't try, he did articulate himself in a manner that was going to get his point across and not let Mr. Solar control the narrative. So that was another reaction video that we did about Solar trying to possess Jaguar. Okay. Now, because we consider ourselves experts in the black magic, the arts of black magic, meaning, as you know, if you don't know, I am from the tribe of Levi, which is known as Haiti. I'm a first generation here. And if you saw on a few of my videos earlier, I talked to you guys about me actually, how can I say, detaching myself and my family and my spirit from voodoo. Okay? Yes. And it'll be my fourth, fifth time basically letting the world know, letting God know on a public platform that voodoo is not of God. I'm trying to get the right words to say so I don't sound preachy, because the things that Jaguar Wright is going through, people look at it as just plain mental illness. But before there were categories of mental illness, there were things that people call demonic possession. It's in the Bible. Okay. You remember when Jesus cast the demons out of the pig? That wasn't schizophrenia. You remember when a boy kept setting himself on fire and doing crazy things? We're not going to go on Bible stories, but that wasn't diagnosed as schizophrenia in the Bible. So you guys need to know that this behavior is something very similar or equivalent to demonic possession. I have shared videos with you guys about personal situations that I have witnessed with people being possessed and voodoo being put on them, and their personality totally changing, them getting sick, all types of things. But we're not going to get totally into that. But I want you guys to understand that it is real. So I will address some of the things that Sam is saying to try to clarify it, or maybe bring some, how can I say, some carnality to it, because people are like, oh man, they got him talking about, his mother's possessed and things like that. But possession is real. Okay, demonic possession is real. So let's get it. We're about to listen to SeanDavieWay video, and we're going to react. And I want to say thank you so much, SeanDavieWay, for being amazing. Who got the juice? Who got the juice, baby? You here with Grace Levi. Thank you for being with me today. Okay, so let's get this interview started. Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm back. I love you all. Thank you for joining me again. Welcome.
I
back
like
to
him.
the
He's
SeanDavieWay
funny.
Show. I got
Now,
a call from.
I don't want to laugh at SeanDavieWay, but I always laugh at him when I'm watching his show. So he's funny, but he's gonna be serious this time. Okay, so I'm gonna be serious.
Goomba after the show. Gerald Jaguar Wright's husband, and he said that Jaguar Wright's son had some things to say, and that he wanted to get some things off of his chest about what is going on with his mother and Solar, and a few other things. He's an adult. He wants to talk. We're not here to shoot anybody down or come for anybody or bash anybody. We're not here to do any of those things. Y'all know I have respect and love for Jaguar Wright. So I'm not here to, again, bash her or anything. So I have him on the phone, Jaguar's son, on the phone, and we're going to get right into it. So without holding out any further,
Look at
here
him.
we go. So, hello.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing wonderfully right now.
All right, that sounds so good. So, all of this stuff going on, and you are, just to verify for the people that are listening, who you are to Jaguar Wright.
Yes, I am her. I am her son. I am her son.
Correct.
Her second son, the only one, the living one.
Okay. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Guys, I'm gonna try not to cry. Okay, I love Jaguar's son. I never met him, but I love him, and I'll tell y'all why.
You reached out because you wanted to chat.
Yeah, I like the chat on because I got in a whole because now I've gotten a whole view about what's been going on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And in your mindset, what do you feel is going on?
To me, I was confused about what had been happening because
I'm gonna let him talk, but I want you guys to remember what I talked about in the Tasha K when I did the Tasha K review, when she interviewed the son, and how disheartened I was, because I knew that Sam did not really know what he was doing when he went on that interview. he knew what he was saying and talking about, but he didn't know that it was going to be broadcast like that. So what I'm noticing is that the family only divulge what they want Sam to know. You see what I'm saying? And they try to protect him, which is a good thing. But I'm so happy that he's able to talk for himself now and articulate himself in a manner like this. And I just wanted to, just send gratitude, because when I saw him on Jaguar Wright's actual Instagram page, I was going to share it with you guys, but I didn't want to exploit her son. It was the picture with her and the son in front of Cracker Barrel, and they were talking about a show that he was doing, and he was smiling in the back with his headphones on, and it is so light up my life, because you saw his essence, and you saw how happy Jaguar Wright was. Okay, and this was literally days before this gentleman came into their lives. Now, listen to him, because he highlights exactly what we were talking about in my last reaction video. I said, where did all of this happen? When did all of this happen? Where did this guy come from? Why is he tagging along? And he clarifies a lot. So let's listen. I'm going to let y'all get deep into this, and then I'm going to come back with my commentary.
Because this is out of the blue and unordinary.
Mm-hmm.
However, thanks to thank goodness for last Saturday. Well, not yesterday, but Saturday. Last Saturday, I was baptized,
Mm-hmm.
and after taking a look at everything else from what I've seen from my perspective, and finally get a word from what had happened across the entirety of last week with Daryl, with my stepdad,
Mm-hmm.
I now have the whole picture. To put it simply, and the only way I could best describe this entire situation is religiously. So anybody who happens to be an atheist, sorry, but the way I see this situation, a demon had been attempting to possess my mother and take over her and lure her into her death.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for him.
And there's only one person who I could possibly think of that has been around my mother for long enough and at the right time period who is capable of doing this.
Now, I just want to add on, because you're going to be like, oh, yes, because we're going to get perspective into this situation here on Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. We're not going to just watch a video and do a little reaction. Do you guys remember that we put a video out talking about why Jaguar Wright and Nosy Hoax actually broke up, or, had issues? And this is one of the things that is fuel to this situation. So I need you guys to keep this in mind. They're saying that this gentleman, I forgot his damn name, whatever his name is. They're saying that he actually is possessing or trying to possess Jaguar Wright. What I will say is that when you have a conflict of interest, you have a conflict of interest. Now, if you have more than one witch fighting you better be strong. You better have the blood of Jesus on you and know how to be a prayer warrior. Because if you do not, this is when you can suffer situations like what Jaguar Wright went through. Okay? And his name is Solar. I try to not remember demons' names, the one especially ones that got nothing to do with me, but Solar. And in this situation, I believe that Jaguar Wright is dealing with two different deities that has been sent towards her. And I can't say she's particularly possessed, but I believe in what I'm watching is that not only Solar has tried to put his mumbo jumbo, his what they call this out here in Atlanta, they call these the black magic they do is right at the tip of my tongue. Ifa. It's called Ifa. It's called Ifa witchcraft. And that's what they do out here in ATL. He have made been taught this by Mr. Carbonation. Because not only Africans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Trinidadians go do voodoo, and white Americans and the celebrities, but black Americans do too. And that is what they do here. Either they're dealing with the Geechee voodoo or they're dealing with the Ifa. So those are very strong deities. I have went to war. I'm gonna just let you know I have went to war. I have my own story to tell about dealing with Ifa entities and actually, praying with people who were doing Ifa magic. And I did not know, because I was younger in my craft when I was doing it, that I should not have done this with this person. Okay? Literally, this person was trying to switch her life for my life. And it was tragedy. It was tragedy. We can talk about that on another note. So this is the magic that Solar may have been dealing with, on top of Nosy Hoax. Florida, she got ties to Florida. That's them Geechee chicks. I'm gonna call them Geechee bitches. Okay? Them Geechee chicks. And they deal with their own form of voodoo. Okay? Voodoo has been passed across cultures. So I want you guys to keep that in mind while we're listening to this. Do not discredit her son, because you already know that Nosy Hoax says she deal with this. You know that Nosy Hoax deals with this. She's a witch. And then you got this man dealing with the Ifa. Baby. That Ifa entity, it makes you lose your mind. Before I let him talk, and then I'm going to stop, I'm going to give y'all one story. I was told it was a gentleman here, allegedly, he was dipping and dabbing into the dark side, into the internet. And he was dealing with the black magic. And he was listening to certain things on the internet out here. And my friend basically told me, like, hey, I know you good. You know about this. What you think going on? Because this guy totally lost his mind. Literally fighting the family, trying to kill him, saying he's depressed, saying that he's possessed, and he went down spiraling related to him not being able to find a girlfriend. So what happens is that these deities find your weakest point and they hone on to it and they play on it. And this is exactly what you're going to hear happen with Jaguar, right? Let's get to it. It is what it is. Who do you think that is?
Oh, I don't know his full name.
It's my baby.
But I do know a name that he goes by.
I love him.
His name is Solar.
Okay.
And Nosy Hoax. Tell her I said it.
Solar, me and my grandma, we only seen him for roughly 2 days.
Who's that?
Well, really, not even for the length of a full day, really.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him early in the morning, around like 1 o'clock a Saturday, and then later on in the afternoon after church.
Yeah.
That was the only times we've seen him. And through that time, things were. I got connected with him, and he had a very good interest in my arts and what I'd like and the stuff that I'd like to make in my future and what I want to do.
Okay, so he took a liking to you, and you took a liking to him right away.
He did. However, inside, there was something that latched with me that made me start to doubt him a little bit.
Your pure soul,
And
baby. Your pure
that's
soul.
and that's in the midst of our conversation. There was one in which he bring up how he was sort of interested around NFTs. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but NFTs amidst a broader demographic of the public who knows of what NFTs are, and especially those within the gaming community, which I'd like to associate myself with, despise them.
Okay.
He's such a sweetie.
So for someone as interested in gaming as roughly around the same length as me, that made me a little bit skeptical. But there was no way I could have gone off just that for doubt. I was gonna have to pick up stuff later on. However,
I'm not gonna cry.
Until finally this morning, I talked to my stepdad to know exactly what happened on his and mom's business trip last week.
Sorry, guys. Made me sad.
So, from what I hear, this entire thing started after they were after they went to a restaurant in Louisiana that me and my mom went to a lot in the past to celebrate the break of 1 million views.
Okay, let me just stop because I'm getting a little emotional. When I first heard him talking, it made me cry. I'm sorry. I love him. I love people who are wholehearted. And it really makes me mad at Tasha K. But let me just clarify. This was one of the things we were trying to figure out. How long did all of this happen? And if you follow Jaguar Wright on her Instagram page, you'll see that he wasn't around long. So when I told you guys the last time, I said this had to happen over 3 days. He confirmed it. Literally, Saturday was the day that he met him. He said after church at 1:30, and then met him one more time. And this is when he had got his Christian, he had got baptized, the son, and he's going to talk about the baptism. You see what I'm saying? So this man came and gave all of this chaos in less than 73 hours, 72 hours. This is when you know it's more than one deity that is working here. And he came in not only in a vulnerable position that she was in, but he came in to destroy. He came in to destroy. I don't know. I can't say somebody sent him, but the way that voodoo works is right. What I listened to SeanDavieWay. He tried to explain it, but I'm going to explain it a little bit more. This is how life unfolds. When someone puts voodoo on you, if you really truly, you could always fight voodoo. You could always fight it. We'll talk about that. Got to be strong in the spiritual world. But when someone does that to you, there's going to be a series of events that happens. Now, you're going to have people around you who may start acting funny. They may start feeling funny towards you and may not even know why. They may have a little irritability in them and not deal with you. Maybe your friend was supposed to pick you up and she said, hey, I'm not going to pick you up. I got other things to do, which changed the course of your life, which in turn puts you in another situation. Let's say maybe at the bus stop and you end up getting kidnapped and armed. And it's not your friend's fault. It could be something that was put on you. I'm just giving an example. If someone was to put on you how a serious events can happen. It has to alter reality and alter things around you. It has to be a series of events that happen. And this was a buildup of a series of events, okay?
And all the people getting on board with the company.
Yeah.
And from there, stepdad told me all that was when had gone on board. And from what I hear, and I'm willing to not doubt in the supernatural. Solar either Solar or two other people who were there at the restaurant who were on their way out. There was some chanting that was going on between them, and they'd attempted to effectively take a hold of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And all throughout their way back, my mother started harshly speaking to Gerald in a way that she wouldn't at any time in the past. She was being a lot more aggressive, a lot more assertive,
Mm-hmm.
a lot more demanding of stuff that she wants, despite having to be somewhere at a specific time or coming back to the house so that me and my mom and my grandma could finally be taken, could be looked out for, see it's stuff that we need.
Mm-hmm.
So just highlighting what I'm seeing happen is that Solar was taking them out of their pattern. Now you already know Jaguar, right? Be here, there, in a car, and around the world. But they have a pattern. She has a mother. She has a son that she attends to. So this is what he was saying, that she was being taken out of her pattern. And highlighting when you're dealing with someone with bipolar, depressive, manic depressive, when you abruptly take them out of their pattern of life, it can turn them into a whirlwind, and a whole lot of different behaviors can happen. And what you have seen with Jaguar Wright is that literally she showed the heightened side of manic depressive and bipolarism, because she was going through so many emotions and had to deal with so many emotions throughout that time, on top of being thrown out of her pattern, maybe not eating and drinking right, drinking a lot of liquor because she was turned up. I know she went out, she did the thing, but you're going to see something change on her Instagram page. I'm like, yo, she turned up. It was like party season. And then you have to think, Goomba, he like, yo, I ain't with this. He already got anxiety, all his stuff going on. And now you're changing the pattern of what they literally just got under control from being hunted, allegedly, by Tasha K. Allegedly. Or Jay-Z. I don't know nothing about that. But I know her story that she told about the Mexicans, about the old hotel. It was very, very believable to me.
And all the while, Solar was acting very weirdly too. All while this was going on, he was almost as if he practically loomed around with him,
Mm-hmm.
almost like an imp looming behind a potential host.
Parasite.
So you felt that he was definitely
exactly what I was saying.
Energy draining your mother in some way, shape, or form.
Say, when was you going home?
I wouldn't say energy draining, but more or less invading.
Okay.
Thank you.
Invading. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's what I kept saying.
At one point in particular,
go home.
On the countryside in Dallas, when they had pulled over,
mm-hmm.
and I hear a lot of people talking about Gerald pulling out a gun towards my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the story.
That isn't true.
Okay, listen to this story, because that was the last thing I asked. I said, wait, so if Goomba had pulled the gun out, why Goomba ain't in jail? You know they ain't got no energy for us. If we even just say it, we in jail. So they kept saying it, and he didn't get locked up. But then Jaguar Wright got locked up. What happened? And exactly what it sound like. Jaguar Wright came to attack Goomba. And I believe the battery was put in her back by Solar, and all the back stuff too. Because you got to understand, you don't forget Nosy Holtz is in the background doing something. Okay? We ain't gonna talk about her Nicki Minaj connection and all this black magic. Don't feel away. I gotta tell the truth. When you have more than one witch on you, you better be strong. So I'm gonna send Jaguar Wright some prayers. And no, I mean literally, I'm gonna send her a video of how to pray. There's some spiritual demonic forces that is attacking her. And there are some specific prayers that focus in on calling those specific demonic forces. Okay. And I ain't gonna get to on y'all here, but I'm gonna inbox her again and let her know. Here you go. Because you're gonna have to pray this. I said a whole 2 hours. I'll stay there 2 hours and fight in the demon world. That's how serious it is. Think that these people are playing just because they don't know how to express it or explain the stories to you. You're going to have to put in some work. You're going to have to put in some work.
The part about the gun, he did indeed pull out the gun that he had for self-defense with only one in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
He aimed it at himself and submitted to my mom's demand that if she was true about wanting to kill him,
mm-hmm.
then do it.
Wow.
But
see,
my mom wasn't grabbing the gun.
Wow.
And when her arm and hand were reaching out for it, she got herself out of the car immediately.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal.
Yeah.
I'm
so sorry. Abnormal. I'm sorry, buddy, that you have to go through these things.
But you heard what he said. He said that he literally had allegedly one in the chamber. He said, if you're going to kill me, I'll do it to myself. And that's what it sounded like. Goomba was like, nah, y'all ain't coming to take me out. And then I don't know how it went down because I didn't even watch the whole video because it hurt. It hurt. It hurt to see my sister acting like that. Like it even hurt when I blacked out. Like I had blacked out back in the day and I didn't see a video, but I sure enough thought about it. And I'm like, damn, this is embarrassing. Oh, I blacked out, Lord. So that's why I didn't watch the whole video because it hurts me. It hurts me to watch my black sister go through this. They set her up.
I hope you're okay. I really do.
I know it's a lot.
Not my Jag.
It is.
I've been through a lot my whole life.
Yeah.
I've come to endure the pain and move on with the day.
Yeah.
Oh, my baby.
So yeah. All the while, so my mother is acting completely abnormally, and Solar is always trying to be around her.
Yeah.
It's so
love
weird.
bomb.
It's so weird and switches that
I said that.
we don't even know Solar for all that long, like not even a whole month.
Let him tell it.
I said earlier, for both me and my grandma, we don't even know him for a full week.
You hear that? You hear that?
And he's doing all of this, being this close to my mother.
You hear what I'm saying? I knew it. He was making it seem like nobody likes Goomba. Everybody likes him. His family talks to him. How she kept saying, he was there to protect us. He was our bodyguard. What was on Solar mind? He literally tried to manifest the whole situation. And that's what happens. Okay. The power of manifestation works on this as well as far as Voodoo goes. You have to have a perspective in your head. You have to have an end result in your head. And you have to keep it no matter what. It is just like the power of prosperity manifestation. But with Voodoo, you're dealing with spirits that's helping you do it. Okay? So he was trying his best to hold the situation under his control and create the end game. He was shaping their situation to the way he wanted. It literally about to turn into a carbonation. Oh, that's a whole nother, we can discuss this story. And the crazy thing is that I looked at this boy and I'm like, who is he? He looked familiar, but I didn't know who he was because I stopped looking at Carbonation back when Big Mama, what was her name? Mama Love or something like that, died. Because they told her to stop taking her blood pressure medications and that they could heal, and she died without her family there or whatever. And I was disgusted with Carbonation, and that's why I didn't keep up too much. But then come to find out that Solar is with the girl that was the queen bee. Well, the queen bee before the new queen bee, the light-skinned one. There's so many names, but y'all know who I'm talking about. That's disgusting. And then I was like, whoa, Jaguar, right? Whoa. He may got the STDs because they were all with free love. Remember, I kept saying love. No, baby. Then you gonna try to bring that home to your husband? No. He was coming to do damage. He was coming to do damage on her physically, mentally, her family, and socially. Solar ain't shit. Excuse my language. Because I love Sam. I don't want to curse.
He is going far beyond his boundaries.
That's right, Sam. Tell him.
And then I hear some parts about his past. If I had the if I had the time to do so, I would maybe try to look up some extra stuff about him. I'm not sure where to start looking at first, but if I had the time and knowledge, I would have looked into it. But
don't mess up my Wi-Fi. Sorry guys, my Wi-Fi was running this low right now. I am connected directly to the router just for these lives, so I apologize if it messed up.
Was already married 4 times to 4 other women.
Yeah.
And he didn't treat them all that nice either. And one of them, into one of those wives, would suffered so much punishment that it killed the poor baby that she would have given birth to. That poor child, whose life was snuffed out before they could see the light.
You see him? That's a shame. And that's Solar.
I don't care,
demon,
who you are or what you identify as. No sane person would dare harm a mother, especially when they are about to have a child who's about to be born into this world.
He a narcissist.
That is outright insidious.
I dealt with somebody like Solar. Baby.
And to think that this insidious, wife-abusing sex addict
call him out,
dares to try to lump himself with us and call himself a member of our family or an assistant to the company.
Thank you. Claim his rights. He was visualizing it.
There are 2 things that I will say to you and everyone else about how I feel about that. You didn't sign any papers about being an intern to the company or being any form of assistant. So you're not even officially in at all. You're just making up claims, and you wanted to stick on just to drain some money, like Nosferatu trying to drink some blood for some food.
Call him out, Sam.
And
that's right.
As for the claims of being trying to be a part of a family and move in, that has to be the biggest insult to me that I have ever heard in my life.
Thank you.
I love all of my family members equally. And even to those who I speak up against the most about the things that they've done in their past or what they're doing in the present. For as much as I have badmouthed about some of the things that my father has chosen to done in the past, I still love him.
That's right.
I still love each of the members of my family on the Oldham side or anyone else connected to them. They're my family.
That is so sweet.
No, what he's trying to highlight here is that what Solar was trying to do and put into Jaguar head and to have us think is that they have no family and that he's gonna make their family, they're gonna put it together. And he's telling you, I don't care what my family went through, I don't care what my dad did. Some family members that ain't shit that made some stupid decisions, but they're still my family. So don't act like we're not claiming ours over here. That's what he's saying. He said, what an insult. What an insult that we needed somebody from Carbon Nation, from a sex cult, to come and be our family, baby. That's what he was saying. That was the beauty of what he was saying. He said, baby, I love mine. We may got dysfunction, but don't go over here with that narrative. Go ahead, Sam.
As a Christian, I'm pretty sure one of the things that we
Sam.
also know alongside the commandments, hate the sin, not the sinner.
You just preaching the word. The word.
I love him.
For all of the bad things that I've come to know about some members of my family and how we've been mentally changed over the years, no matter what side, Wright, Odom, or anyone else in between, not one of them do I know think that it is okay to do any of the things he's done in his whole life right now.
Mm-hmm.
Call him out. Call him out, Sam.
So, if you think you can lump yourself in and connect yourself with me and my family, I got 2 words for you. And as much as I'd like to be nice, gloves are off.
That's right,
Everyone,
Sam.
Strap in.
That's right, baby.
Because I got a loaded SMG and an assault rifle of words, and I ain't gonna stop firing once I start.
You know what? I have to smile at this because I am a mother. It's not like total like Jaguar, right? Because you know she'd be off the top. But she a little bit older than me, but we a little hard. We're hard parents. We've been through it. You got Jaguar is and he's such a sweetie. My daughter and my son is the same way. They fucking amazing. I don't even know how they survive people like us. They be surviving Jaguar Wright and Grace Levi. He is so amazing. He's like, I'm going to take my gloves off this time. And that's going to let you know he came from Jaguar Wright. He is not no punk. Just how Jaguar Wright can stand up for herself, he can stand up for himself. And you go ahead, Sam. Show him what you were. Show your Philly Phil side of you. He was like, the gloves are off. That is my boo. That is my boo. If I ever meet Sam, I'm going to give you the biggest hug in my life. I just love you. Right now, I can just feel your presence. Please keep supporting your mother. Stay by Goomba Head's side because you know what's real. You know what true unconditional love is. And obviously, all of the stuff that was being said on the internet about your mother and you know, people thinking that, you know, your father was doing so well for you. You stand up for yourself. You be with who you want to. And when I saw you with Jag, with your mother, I said, oh, this was so beautiful. I'm going to share the post of him because I love him. I love Sam. Sam is my son. Sam is my son. That's my son.
All right, now.
It's my baby. It's my baby.
Piss off. You think you can lump yourself in with us
Gloves off.
and be as close with my mother as you were in the past couple of days, knowing all the things she's been through in her life and how much she's had to sacrifice to keep me happy, to protect me from what I think was wrong. You take the heart of a kind soul.
She is.
Selfless enough to care for others and wanting to help them. And you take advantage of that sweet person for your greed?
Yep.
For your pleasure?
It's fun. He's a leech. Solar.
No, you don't.
That's right.
I'm not one for violence.
That's right.
And I'm not one to rely on violent means to get things across. But despite that, I will not roll over and accept what he's done and thinks he can get away with.
That's right.
Hell to the no.
I love him.
All things be damned. This man is insidious.
Absolutely.
Gloves off, baby. We going raw.
Him. As a
Ooh.
matter of fact, going a step up, take a big black onyx hammer and ram that up the crevice of that dirt, of those dirt mounds that he has above his legs. And we'll terribly straight.
Y'all didn't get what he just said. He said some insidious shit.
Unforgivable.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Absolutely.
He's pissed. He's pissed. And Sam has the right to be pissed. Y'all didn't even understand what he just described. He described some DEFCON 3 shit. Excuse my language. He did. He said, I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on Solar.
I think it's very brave of you to
right.
protect your mother.
Do it.
Regardless of the things that you've been through in your life with her, you know her heart and you know she's always meant well. So I really appreciate you being, again, extremely brave, because it takes a very brave soul to do what you are doing, to overlook the bad because you see that there's so much more good. So again, I appreciate you stating that, that, you know, you are here for your mother, that you are in defense of your mother, and you realize what Solar has came around and the energy, like you said, invading her and making these things happen. Because like you said, these things are not ordinary that have been happening as of recently with your mother, correct?
Correct.
My boo mad.
No way on any normal circumstance would she even think of spreading around the ashes of my brother like
that
she did last night.
Absolutely.
Listen.
How did that make you feel?
Listen.
I heard of that from one of my aunts. But when I heard of that, I could know in my heart that something was horribly wrong. She would never do this.
Yeah.
And
let's just pause right here, guys, because I just want to tell you something. They use different catalysts in doing voodoo. You know, people use plants, they use herbs, they use candles, they use cats, they use sacrifices. To have a urn with a decedent ashes in it, you can do a lot. If Solar were to have take some of those ashes and did any type of Ifa magic, because this is like the same thing I'm telling you from what I heard of the story with the gentleman who went just like crazy out of nowhere. And it has something to do with love. Ifa magic always have to do with like a lot of love spells. If he had that and had connection to touch Jag, get something from her person, he's right there. He had enough to latch onto her spiritually. That's what I said. Where did these ashes come from? Why was she driving around with her son's ashes? What was going on? Solar.
Now that I have the word, I know she didn't do that of her own volition or of any form of deteriorating mental health. She did that because a demon was right there to guide her hands.
That's wow.
And her poor body.
Yep. Hold on. A thought came to my head. Hold on. Now you like, I had a SeanDavieWay moment. Holy Spirit activate. Did you ever watch these African videos where they're doing tribal dances, or you go Google voodoo in Africa and you're going to see them dancing and throwing stuff and putting stuff on their face? It's not only dirt, but there's their ancestors' ashes as well. They keep these things. They put it on their face. I'm going to have to show you this in our reels. I'm going to find one. And you're going to see exactly what I'm saying. This is real. And he was acting in the capacity, Solar. It's like Holy Spirit activate. It just went into my head. A voodoo priestess that I know, even the ones in Haiti, they use the ashes. They do it. They spread it on themselves so a spirit could come upon them. Y'all may think it's just dirt. Y'all may think, but this is a human essence that's still within these molecules. Let's not get scientific here. Baby, that's why he was spreading it on his damn face. Because I was like, why would he spread it on his face? Because he wanted to be her voodoo priestess. He wanted to be her god. You see them when the person comes to the voodoo priestess, he's praying around them. He's taking the blood from them. He could take some blood from them, take a piece of cloth, take the ashes of a loved one, take it and put it on his face. He's singing and he dancing. This is voodoo. And that was Solar was doing. Now it makes sense why he was putting it on his face. I said, what the hell was he doing that for? Baby, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow. That
It
is
is.
heavy. So you have no relationship with Solar. He's been stating that he's been speaking to you and your grandmother as of recently. Is that true?
Oh, he hasn't called me at all today.
Okay.
The only time we've called in the entirety of my life was yesterday.
Okay. And you had certain words for him, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Solar, if you somehow see this, this is coming from a man, not a boy, a man.
A grown man.
That's right.
A grown man.
Tell him, Sam.
Who takes everything into account and judges accordingly. I am not biased to one side or another.
I love him.
Okay?
I love Sam.
Hello.
Absolutely.
And go home.
Keep your hands and whatever demon that has possessed you away from my mother.
That's right. Go home.
Don't you dare slander my stepfather, who I have come to trust over the past 4 to 5 years.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that because someone on their live was basically bringing up Jaguar Wright's marriage to him and was like, oh, she just got married to him in 2001. And you don't just get married to somebody. She knew him. Okay, and this is what confirmed. You're not going to just come and say, you're better than my stepdad. It's 5-6 years in the game, baby. And you 2-3 days in the game gonna talk about who my stepdad is and what he not doing. So let's clarify that. Mr. Goomba Head been in the picture. He been holding Jaguar right down through all of this. So I'll be dag on, and I'm gonna speak to you, Solar, baby. I'll be damn if you think that you're gonna come and walk in on somebody's marriage and think that it's gonna be all to tell all. Everybody don't think like. What's this dude name? I was about to call him Brother Polite because that's a whole nother scammer we're gonna talk about in my inbox. Fuck out of here. Oops, did I say that? Anyway, but like I said, like your cult leader, Carbonation, no free love over here, baby. No free love. Let's go.
And
he was in my inbox.
You dare try to step foot on this premises that I, for right now, call a home, and try to burrow into our lives again and try to pull the same shit you did yesterday on the holy day where the Lord rested and blessed the Sabbath day and followed it?
Listen, I gotta say something else. Listen.
You are going to be reported on to the authority.
Okay. Let's just talk about what he talked about the Sabbath day. Now, Specifically, Solar says some BS. And I got mad in my last life. Like, what the hell is he talking about? The Sabbath is a day that you can worship, that people worship demons, and it's a high spiritual day. It is. It's God's day in the Bible. But you see how they take it and they flip it? Do you see how this trickery, demonic world takes it in and flip it? So what demons do and what y'all call a devil, everything that is made for good, they flip it into something bad and take it into make it in something for them. So now you have somebody like Solar that's initiating demonic behavior and ritual-like tactics on Sabbath. Okay? Now, I'm not going to say that the Sabbath have like, oh, it's solar energies, but there is a blessing upon the Sabbath day if you take the time to feel it. Saturday, you be like, oh, I'm free. I'm off of work. Duh, duh, duh. It's not just that. It's a God day. It's a God day. So he said specifically Solar was a day where you can do rituals. And this happened on the Sabbath day. On God's day, just like what Sam said, he said, no. You ain't gonna.
I normally consider the last resort. This is a last resort.
That's right. So I'm calling authorities.
You took advantage of an innocent heart and want to exploit it for all it's worth.
Even though they don't have to deal with voodoo.
May God forgive you and find some way to purge the demon that has taken you.
That's right. That's that love. That's love.
Not in my hands to judge.
It is what it is.
But from one man to another,
that's love.
What you've done is criminal, and you deserve rehabilitation.
He's so sweet. He said he deserved rehabilitation. No, he deserved to go exactly where his cult leader is. That's why I don't even say this dude's name. I'm so happy Bishop Eligio is in jail. I could not wait. I was like, yo, I cannot keep watching him suck these young, impressionable, no fathers. Well, they had fathers. Some of them had fathers. They were just totally misguided into their world. And this is exactly what Solar is trying to do. So do he need to be rehabilitated? No. You need to serve some time. And it's the crazy thing is that the Carnell system don't deal with judgment for voodoo. Don't deal with judgment for certain things. Not only did Solar was in direct connection to taking lives of a baby, but he was in direct connection to abusing women, directed connection to a whole lot of stuff. Sam, fuck the rehabilitation, baby. Get stronger. You say he needs rehabilitation. No, he needs his ass to sit in jail and stay there right by Bishop Eligio ass. Excuse my language. That's where the hell he needs to go. Bishop. Ooh, I fucking Bishop. His name ain't no fucking Bishop. Eligio.
Absolutely.
I don't like that guy.
Absolutely.
Talking about rehabilitation. Wow. I love you, Sam. You nice.
So how are you and your stepdad? Are you guys okay?
They do voodoo. You can't control people who do voodoo. You can't control people who do voodoo. They could be in jail. And as long as they have the power in their mind, because it's more of a mind thing. Once people realize that they really don't need the 3D things like herbs and candles, they just take one thing. These voodoo priestesses become so strong that they can look at your picture and read you. I can look at your picture and read you. They can look at your picture, read you, and send you stuff. See, I don't send nobody nothing. I'm not sending nobody nothing because I know what karma is. I literally just played a song for y'all last week. I already know what this is. You get what you give. And coming from the tribe of Levi, I know what generational curses is connected to voodoo. And people be like, oh, some Haitians get mad about people say that Haiti is under a curse. We're under a curse. We're under a curse because we practice voodoo. And then we did business with our oppressors. But we got rid of them. We killed them. But then we can't stay from under their thumb because we did voodoo against God. That's really what happened with Haitian people. And once we repent, our land will come up. But we're going to continue to be under the foot because of voodoo. And that's exactly what's going to be happening to anybody who practice voodoo. I don't care if it came from Haiti, Jamaica, Ireland people, white people, Ifa, as I told you, Geechee, all that shit. But what I'm saying is that the power can be so strong that a jail can't hold a voodoo priestess if you have a real one. If you have a real one. Okay. I got a story to share with you guys after, not today, but I have a real testimony about voodoo, about a person telling that she died. Okay. And was brought back. And I got to blur her out. And we're going to talk about this because this is somebody in my family. And I think I told y'all the story. It's my mama. And I got the story. I got her to tell me. She didn't even know. Y'all don't go tell my mama I recorded her. But baby, I'm going to show y'all the video and I'm going to blur her out. I'm going to blur her out. I'm going to change her voice. Y'all find my mama, it don't matter because she's a special person. She defeated death 3 times. These demons came back to take my mama out. 3 times. Once you deal with voodoo, there's no turning back. You got to fight until God says it's done till you broke the curse because your family connected to it. That's how I had to fight so much. And that's why with so many different times where witches came into my life to put voodoo on me. We're gonna let Sam finish talk about, and let's talk about voodoo that happened in my life. We're gonna talk about it because it ain't no damn joke. I done had a Spanish chick try to throw shit on me. Then I had the E5 that try to change my life. Baby. Then I have all these African and American nurses and shit try to throw some shit to me. Baby, been in the fire. It's not a joke. When your life is fine, and then somebody comes in, and all of a sudden there's a whirlwind of trouble and shit like that. It could be a relationship, a man, auntie, uncle. You better think about it because they may have demons attached to them. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about
friends
it.
And family. I'm there for him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I know you can't say too much about your mom, but for what you can say, is she doing okay?
Yes.
Okay.
She's getting the help. She's getting the help she needs. And once she leaves that hospital, she'll be even better than she was going in.
Absolutely.
All of this happening and now will soon be in the past.
Yes.
Yes.
And what is in the past, we keep it there and we don't let us drag us.
Absolutely.
That's right, baby. I love you, Sam. Shout out
You're
to
a
Sam.
very intelligent young
That's
man.
my son.
Thank
I love
you.
Sam.
Very intelligent.
I got you,
And
Jag.
you are over the age of 21, correct?
It's my babe.
No, I'm still 20.
20, my fault. I didn't mean to say over. 21. Sorry. 21. You'll be 21 this year.
Yes, I will.
Correct. So I just wanted to let the viewers know because you have a young voice. So I don't want them to think that I was on the phone with a minor because I would never do that. So yeah, but you are a very intelligent young man. I wanted to say, so last weekend when you went and got baptized, you were with your mother, correct?
Yes, I was with my mother, I was with my stepdad, I was with my grandmother.
Mm-hmm. So when you got baptized, how was your mom's mood? How was she?
She was more than happy to know that I was going through with this and of my own volition too. And
It's amazing.
after I went into the water,
Listen.
once I went in, she didn't just see me coming out of the water. She saw my brother too.
Wow.
And I know how I felt while I was going in that water and coming out. And I think I can believe that my bro was there with me as I was going
Mm-hmm.
inside. I know that my brother was forced to go down quite a dark path, and unfortunately his life ended more early before he can do any brilliance.
Yeah, rest in
But
peace.
I know that deep down he was a good guy trying to make his name in this world and be remembered for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, with amazing people like you will always keep his memory alive.
That's right. And I'm sorry, I'm about to cry. I'm trying not to cry because he couldn't even go to his brother's funeral because of ignorant people. Okay? Then at the funeral, he may have or not witnessed his brother being murdered. We talked about this. And you can still hear the love and the wholeness and the purity that Sam has in his heart. That's what you hear. You don't hear immatureness. People like, oh, is that a kid? No, he's not a kid. You hear purity. See, you're not used to purity. Like when you hear my voice, you don't hear purity. I mean, you hear the light of the Most High. You may hear judgment because it's not judgment. That's the spirit that come out. People like, oh, you talk, I feel judged. But it's a spirit behind whatever. And as I told y'all before, when us as Black people, not just Black women, we possess things in our soul, in our gut, and it comes through our voice and our vibrations. That's with people, not just Black people. So what you hear from Sam is a vibration of humbleness, of meekness. I am so, so happy that Jaguar Wright has a son like him. Because as I stated, with my kids, like you dealing with 80s babies. We coming up, we hard. We grew up under parents who, my mother wasn't a crackhead, nothing like that. My mother was working 2-3 jobs and shit, and I was just running, being Americanized, figuring life out and shit as a young first generation Haitian. But when we grew up, it was more hard. We was running the streets in the 80s into the 90s. It was more love, can I say, but it was the crack era. People were out there doing their thing. We were like me. I could go to New York on a train by myself. It was a different vibe. We're harder. I'm saying all of that to say is that you look at Jaguar Wright, you look like a person like me, and you hear our voice. And you hear the passion, and you judge. But it's from the things that we've been through. And for her to have a son like Sam, that's God. And that's the same thing I say with my kids, because they level me out. They taught me how to love again. Because we have been through so much drama and trauma and neglect and abuse and abandonment that it's hard for us to love, but we love and we give and then we use, because we may not understand what true love is, what wholehearted love is, because we never got it. And that's when I go back to talk about Jaguar Wright being like, she like a sort of naive to choosing the right people around her. And that's why I said she just leave people alone because she has a good heart. She's going to want to help. I did that. I've been there, done that. My mother used to say, oh, you bring stray dogs in the house, telling my friends off the street. I'm sending money. I'm giving stuff. If y'all listen to Hood Politics, I was talking, that was me. Yo, sis, here you go. 500 beans. You need this. You're in a bad situation. And then we turn around. We can't get nothing. I understand Jaguar Wright. I understand her being wholehearted and keep giving and giving and giving and thinking that people are going to understand you and know that you're a good person and stop judging you on the basis of the way you sound or the way you come out. That's why I love Jaguar Wright. That's why I can respect her. I can't judge her. You don't know her. You don't know what she's been through. You don't know the traumas. You don't know the traumas. You don't know the guns that probably been put in her face. You don't know the things that she have escaped. And that's what I tell people too. Y'all don't know me to judge. But to stick to the point, I'm grateful that she has a beautiful son like Sam, because he's helped leveling her out, help pulling her back to the light, help giving her unconditional love, because women like us, we need it, because we've been treated so bad and defined by the world as being, oh, you too hard, oh, you too aggressive, oh, you too this, or you should do that. When we had to learn how to survive, you're talking about surviving, Jaguar, right? She said it. I had to learn to survive myself all my life. She said this. I said the same thing. I said, yo, this is like a mirror. Because we've been through so much abuse, we had to retrain ourselves in our mind the same way that y'all talked to us, talked about us, looked at us. We was like, damn, is this us? I'm talking from a perspective because I understand Jaguar Wright. But the difference was, well, I wasn't going to let nobody define me. She kept fighting and fighting. And I think also the witches got the best of her. They were sending shit her way. I'm telling you, I got shit sent my way. I got shit set my way. You got to learn how to fight in the carnal world and the spiritual world. The carnal world starts by having discernment of who you deal with, who you bring into your circle. If you feel like something is too good to be motherfucking true, it's too good to be true. If you feel that something is not right and you just don't know what it is, fall back. Let God show you. Don't keep just, oh, I'm just going to give him a chance. I'm going to just give him a chance. I'm not saying throw everybody in the garbage, because I have to be telling my kids this too. But listen to your intuition. Your first intuition tells you. He gives us this God essence. It's in you. God is within us. He's within us. The mind, the body, the Yahweh spirit, the 666 is in our DNA. It's proof. Go within and listen, and he guides you. And this is exactly what connects to Voodoo. Okay? Let's talk about what fused Voodoo. The same thing that fused Sam, his spirit of love and blessing and purity, that God's spirit fueling his life, fueling his body, is the same or opposite of what is fueling someone like Solar and Nosy Hoax, where they can be vengeful, spiteful, vindictive, looking for ways to take people down. We are all fueled by something, and we can all manifest. That's why the power manifestation works with everybody when your mind is strong enough. And that's basically the foundations of Voodoo. It is what is fueling you and the power of your mind and imagination. So when you're consistent with what you believe in and you connect to a deity, and that deity willing to work with you, because they're willing to work with anybody who's going ready to sacrifice yourself. Come on down, because you're going to go down with us. Because at the end of the day, you think that you have gotten something, but you sacrifice yourself because they're going to come back for you. They're going to come back for everything. They always do. They always do. Just like God wants everything. He wants all of you. The devil do too, baby. He coming for it all. It is what it is. Let's go. We're gonna finish up his interview. Again, I want to send love to my son Sam, because as a black woman, we supposed to be mothers to all the black kids out here, all the young black men. And I have a 19-year-old son. So I understand. And they're not grown. They're not grown because society say they 18 and they grown. We still have to bore our young black men. And I'm so glad she's in his life. I'm so glad that Sam has a strong mama like Jag. And she have him because he could balance her
Just like
out.
your mother and your stepfather and the rest of your family. So just like he was so much loved, you are too.
That's right.
And again, you're very brave
I love
for
you.
coming forward. And again, you wanted to come and speak to me yourself. I would never, and
Yeah.
like you said earlier, invade you. I would never involve you in anything that I feel that you have nothing to do with. You wanted to speak at your own request, correct?
That is indeed correct.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that for the people. So, with you getting baptized and with your mom, and you guys are having this amazing moment, when exactly did Solar come into your life?
He came into my life roughly, I'm trying to point down a like specific time,
Watch
but
you
like
got this shit.
maybe around like 1:50 or 2:00 in the morning of Saturday, yesterday.
Mhm.
That was the first time I ever been known to his existence.
But he know them so
So
well.
with him calling you your mom family and calling you family and
Thank you.
saying that he loves your mother, did he ever say anything like that to you?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I think he might have been saying those things. I think he might have been saying those things lightly to me.
I love
Per-
Sam.
Perhaps I'm trying to remember, but I don't exactly have that much of a memory to fully remember our conversation because we were just kind of splurging on some stuff,
Mhm.
on some of the stuff that I had ideas for.
Yeah.
But I think he might have done that to try to do that with me, but that didn't affect me all that much.
Yeah. Okay.
I love him.
So with him coming in saying certain things like that to you, do you feel like he was trying to replace your stepfather?
Knowing this, I have a very high feeling that he was trying to.
Oh my God.
I mean, remember some of the stuff that I said, and some of the stuff that he's been saying online.
Yeah.
He's been trying to pin all. He's been trying to pin some of his wrongdoings onto Gerald. And for clarification, that's something I know one of the big villains of a video game called Persona 5 had in its narrative.
Oh, you
And
see,
it's a work of fiction.
Yes.
he's so my baby.
Anything that happens in fiction that is reflected into reality is horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Especially if such a thing is morally reprehensible.
Wow.
Yep. And that's what's done in society. They take a lot of images from video games, from TV, and people try to bring these things to life. And literally, they are invoking the spirits behind these things. Okay. And the reason why he probably brought that up because that is his point of reference because he's a gamer. And I smile is because he's so innocent, you know. And I can just know when I talk to my son about things that I talk from my perspective, but then he goes to his where he can connect it to, and that's what he just did. He's like, you know what? It's like the video game. He's like the villain in the video game. That's right.
So you never had any conversation with him about your stepfather doing anything to your mom or
No.
you okay.
He never had that conversation with me.
Okay.
Most likely trying to hide it from me.
Yeah. Absolutely. So with him, like you said, invading your mother, were you surprised when you heard that there was a situation?
I was a little bit surprised, but not surprised in like, wait, he actually did that? I was surprised in wait. So this thing because I always had the feeling that there were demons around who were trying to separate us as a family and take us down one by one.
Mm-hmm.
But to know that it actually happened, it was more of a, so it actually was happening in real time.
It's been happening in real time.
And after being baptized,
it just
and
went to
the whole debacle
1,000.
happened at 5 o'clock when the police had come to this apartment. I am not doubting the spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Anything of that many abnormal occurrences that regular logic cannot hope to pin down in any form of explanation, it's a spiritual thing to me.
Baby, I always tell the spiritual battle is more than what you see.
So with him being around and there's this chaos and confusion and stuff that he
wait, before we move on, because I don't want to lose this train of thought. He said specifically, he always thought that it was some type of forces trying to keep their family apart and spread, just keep them apart. First and foremost, I want to highlight that's a spirit amongst a lot of Black families. We have a spirit of separation. This is in Deuteronomy. This is in the Bible that tells us about the curses on us and how we will be mother against fathers, father against son, and how, these things will happen. That's first and foremost. Secondly, he goes in to say, now I'm seeing it in real time. This is basically a highlight of what I was saying. Voodoo don't happen on one night. It don't happen with one person. And that's exactly what SeanDavieWay was trying to say. It's a collective of events. And then the more things happen, the more things built up. It can start with a generational curse. But the events happens where in your life you may meet this witch. You may meet this kind person that put you in a situation to get you into this situation. You may meet this. So it's just like the game of life, but it's what's guiding you. And what this spirit or this DT want to guide you to is to death, is to destruction through a path of trauma. It's the paths of trauma. When you're being fueled by the Most High, yeah, you're going to go through the shit, but you're going to have the strength of the Most High to guide you through it. And it's going to be less trauma. Not to say that you ain't going to go through stuff, because we go through stuff. But when demons send things to you and you're not fueled with the Most High, you can't handle it. When you're fueled by them demons and all them negative deities, this is what happens. You react is like rah, rah, rah. That's your reaction. But if, let's say, for theory speaking, if Jag didn't have the family generational curses that's put on Black people of separation, the mental diagnosis that's allegedly put on us, that's heightened by the medications that we take in and put the dependency on us. And then you have encounters throughout the whole industry that she has went through, exposing people who deal with witchcraft. We know that Jay-Z allegedly got ties to that lady. It's two ladies. I'm not even going to say their name because I don't speak them demons unless I'm ready to go to war. But the two ladies in the industry that walk around painting the walls, doing spiritual parties with blood, you know what I'm talking about, and he kissing them on the mwah. That's a Ouija. Y'all know what a Ouija is? Yeah? That's a priestess, a male priestess. Okay? A Ouija spirit. Go look that up. It's in the Bible. That's one thing y'all need to know. The Draco spirits and the Ouija spirits. Those are big spirits that's around right now, as well as spirits that are mermaid spirits. And they are incubus spirits. And that's what he's talking about that's happening with Solar. Solar is connected to incubus spirits. And that's what he felt. You ever been around somebody and they just drain the shit out of you when they telling you the stories and everything? You're like, oh my God. Like they suck the life out of you. It's an incubus spirit. And they may not just be taking sexually driven from you. They need your energy. They need your attention. Because maybe that spirit don't want you to accomplish something or do something or want you to be distracted. They all have their parts in making sure when you're going down this path of destruction that you're traumatized. That's what he's been going through. His family's been going through. But now he says, wow, I see it in real time. Because nothing is hidden now. The veil has been ripped off. Many of you can't see it, but many of us can, especially after this pandemic. Something has happened. There's many of us that's activated and heightened, and there's many of us that's working in a very low vibration. And y'all gonna hear that when we do our hot topics and news on Sunday. Baby, I mean, the world is going crazy. If it's going down, either you have very low vibrational people, or you have people like Sam that I love you. I'm going to give you love. Okay? I hope I broke that down a little bit to how voodoo actually works. It's not, I'm crazy. No. It's a buildup. It's a progression. It has to come on slowly. He has to jump from person to person to make them do stuff to you, say stuff to you, make you react, make you feel away, make you start believing, make you start doubting. Voodoo comes with your perspective changing too. It needs to weaken your mind. That's why I say if somebody throw voodoo on you, you better be strong. You better be strong. They throw voodoo, people throw voodoo on people. You start seeing spirits and shit. You start having lustful dreams because somebody threw, and you don't know where the hell it's come from. Been there, done that. Been there, done that in the kitchen. I'm like, let me find out. I done invited a spirit in here fucking with this broad. See, I can see it because I've been there and I saw this since a little girl. We got stories to tell, ghost stories, whatever y'all want to call them. I got stories to tell where I have encountered, where I have been touched by spirits, and I had to fight them. I had to fight them, and I had to talk to them in the spirit, in the real world, like, baby, you will not touch me. This ain't no joke. This ain't no motherfucking joke. It is what it is. Let's go.
Is bringing to the table. Is there at any point to where you felt afraid?
No fear.
I felt worried at one point about all of this. And that's because I felt like with how things were escalating at the time before I learned about all of this, I was worried that things would escalate and that I'd be forced into a position where I was being bullied by someone again, even though I'm an adult.
You see?
Absolutely. So
and what he's talking about, in my opinion, is the bullying, is the manipulation, the passive aggressiveness. And that's what they do to people who they think they can control or manipulate, or they think that they have a heads up with. It feels like bullying. It happens in workplace. It happens amongst friends, just like the Shanquilla case. They were probably bullying her all that time, and she's trying to be humble and like, keep kiki things off, and they're saying things. And that's what he was saying. He was like, I don't want to go through this again. He may have went through this, just my opinion. He may have went through this, when he was living with his father, being manipulated and controlled, the narrative being told a certain way. That's bullying to me. Because you're shaping the situation to control someone else's emotions so you can have a heads up on them and use them and control them the way you want to. I think that's what he was talking about, being bullied and lied to. And that's exactly what Solar would have been bringing to the damn table, or what he's bringing to the table. Manipulation, bullying, subliminal controlling. What does this 20-year-old boy look like having Solar as a stepfather?
Brought about triggers that you've had in the past with bullying?
Yes.
My baby. Okay. I'll fight for you.
It definitely makes a lot of sense.
I'll fight for you,
so
Sam.
When you and your stepfather separated from the Solar situation, to where he was gone with your mom and you were at home with your stepfather, when the police came in over there, who do you think sent them?
To me, I think the person who, let's see. To me, I think I heard it like through live. I think
he's so honest.
Solar was the one who I don't want to say this is confirmed because this is just speculation at this point. But I think my mom was the one who definitely called. My mom was definitely the one who called the police. But I think it might have been brought about through Solar's coercion.
Okay.
Exactly. Putting a battery in her back while she's drinking with medication, psych medication.
All is said and
That's
done,
dangerous.
You are good. You are safe. and you are with your stepfather, correct?
Yes.
Goomba head.
Absolutely.
I got a
So,
Goomba head
yeah, is
today.
there any closing remarks that you have? I
Talk about
appreciate
it.
you so
Talk about
much for reaching out to me and wanting to come on the show and speak out for your mom. I think that that's great. And I think that she would appreciate the people knowing that you are in full support of her.
Indeed. Uh, I guess I can give this closing remark.
it. My baby.
I thank you everyone who's listening to me talk and willing to give the open word. And if you can, please spread what I've said out. This this is something because there are many speculative rumors that have been going around here and there, thinking about what's going on with mom or what's been happening over the time. But those people are going off of conclusions that they have made and running with it. That's
You.
not the right way to approach this. Much like those articles that tried to claim that Subway's tuna isn't tuna or fish, the truth is a lot more nuanced than what your conclusions are. And to run with it is
Wait, he talked about Subway's tuna sandwich. He must have been mad about that. He said, "What? That ain't fish?" Oh, Sam, I love
going
him.
to perpetuate false narratives that are going to end up confusing more people than actually having the truth flow out.
Mm-hmm.
Spread what I say to other people.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And let them find out the truth for themselves. Don't just go with conclusions made by other people. Find the truth for yourself
Thank you.
and put it out there.
I love him.
I believe and I'm willing to believe in people willing to do the right thing in these times that seem absolutely hectic across the mainstream.
Yep.
And I guess I'm and I guess dang it, I'm so selfless. I'm so selfless. I can't even do a shameless plug.
Oh, wow.
All
I'm so
right. All right. So I'm going to stop there. I want to first send shout out to who got the juice. SeanDavieWay, you got the juice this week. Definitely, you got the juice. Sending love and blessings to you from Grace Levi, and I'm grateful that you said that we can use your show and do commentary on it. You're not gonna act all crazy like some other people. So I appreciate you because you understand the plight of the Black community and what we have to do to stick together. We have to recreate the narratives ourselves. We are the Black media. And some people who claim to be the Black media doesn't have Black people best interests in mind. So I want to say shout out to SeanDavieWay. Actually, shout out to King Payne because these two interviews really allowed me to get a better understanding of what's going on. Because when I was watching the IG, it was just bits and pieces, and I couldn't find Solar's IG, and I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And this literally broke down everything, and it was exactly what I was thinking. So we're gonna close off by talking about one more thing. Now, I said I was going to share with you a few of my stories that had to do with voodoo, curses, and black magic. We got a lot to talk about. But today I want to just talk about a counter that I had here in Georgia. And I do, what, it makes you feel so torn because the people who do this to you be people who you like, who you cared for. And I was just about to say that, I don't dislike this person and I forgive them, for trying to turn my life up the fuck upside down. Just turn my, and this is not the first time. So out here in Georgia, a couple of years ago, when I came here, it was probably like 3 years me into being here. I started a YouTube page. It was some things going on, and we're not going to talk about that page that was connected to the Black Discovery Channel that they took down. That's a whole nother subject. But I found out some very deep information about our society. So I was making videos based on that high level information. This young lady attached herself to me. Listen to this. This is how it works. The devil send people into your life, and it seems like it's God sent. It'd be a coincidence. It'd be so fucking perfect. But they be of the devil, and they be sent to continue the generational curses and continue to take you off your path. Now, I'm going to tell you, we all have our own generational curses, and mine stem from my family being Haitian and Barbadian and whatever goes on there. Okay, we just talked about the Haitian side, plus all of the other things. Okay, so now I meet this young lady. She inboxed me. She's like, I love you. I love everything you're doing. I'm like your biggest fan. And I'm like, huh? And I'm like, first, I'm like a fan. I never had a fan in my life. You know, I just put this content out here. So we're talking, and she's like, I'm in this area in Georgia. And I'm like, word? Literally, this girl was 15 minutes away from where I lived. 15 minutes. Random person saw my video, the content that I put out, allegedly resonated with it, loved me. I'm her twin flame. We just alike, and da 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 da. And I'm like, how the fuck are we just alike? Now, mind you, I don't know why I'm not thinking like this now, but I'm like, cool. But the information I was sharing, I needed somebody to connect with, because I was out here in Georgia by myself. I'm learning all this high value information, and I don't have nobody to talk to about. And she's in this, okay? So I'm like, all right. She's like, yeah, we gotta meet. Da, 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 da. So I finally go meet the girl, meet the young lady, and first it starts with either love bombing you or finding some way to get you attached to them through sympathy and other things, like what Solar did. You know, he was love bombing, and then he started asking for stuff and bringing fun and just stuff like that. But in my situation, this young lady literally was suffering from a head injury that was related to a car accident. So in this time, I'm still a nurse. So my goal is to be a legal nursing consultant, and I still have this in my background. So all of this is playing. Pay attention. So I'm like, cool. And I meet her, and I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? Why your house dark? Da-da-da-da. Oh, sometimes I have seizures, this, that, and the third. I'm like, what? What's going on? So she begins to tell me about how she had this car accident, how she went hospital to hospital to hospital, and how they was treating her like crap, and the way they treated her exacerbated her neural symptoms, and that's why she had seizures. And I'm like, you got any proof of this? Da, da, da. Well, nobody would listen to me. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, boom. I'm excited. Like, all right, give me the stuff. I want to read your case. Like, because I'm just learning how to be a legal nursing consultant. Took the class. I'm like, cool. She started sending me her paperwork, gave me power of attorney to request her paperwork from these different chiropractors and doctors that she went to, so I can get a clear picture of what the hell happened. Why is this lady having seizures and things like that? And we'll talk, and her hand will be like this out of the blue, and just out of the blue, a lighter cut on and things like that. So come to find out, she truly had an injury in her spine, truly. And they overlooked this injury in her spine. I was able to hone into what exactly happened, what vertebrae was messed up, why she was having these neural symptoms, and start to bring it towards the forefront. I got the information from the lawyer that dropped her case, because obviously she has her own generational curses and voodoo she's dealing with. And in the end result, what she was trying to do was get it off for her and pass it to somebody else. So her case is going bad. No lawyer take her case. She can't work. She's, all she's doing on YouTube. She allegedly watched me and she loved me. We twins. I don't know how the hell we twins. I'm a whole registered nurse doing things different, traveling, da da da. But I'm never putting this in my fucking head that we not twins. How the fuck me and this lady got anything in common? But she's so nice and she's sweet. And I'm like, I got a heart for her. I got a heart for her. So boom. Mind you, when it comes to the money, I'm getting money. I'm traveling, boom, 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 getting this money. I'm doing good. When I came to Georgia, I was doing good for the 3 years, first 3 years, until I met her. So one day she was like, and I was skeptical. I wouldn't eat in her house. I wouldn't do certain stuff. But she was like, we had a plan to start business, try to do a fundraiser for her, get a lawyer to jump on her case. I was really ready to take this to full drive, to talk about the abuses in the medical industry, because I've been through hospitals in Georgia. I know what they do to Black people. Let's do this. So she was sent perfectly, maybe connected to my generational curses, maybe connected to other riches that I have been encountered with that sent shit my way that I had to fight. Prior to her, we got other stories to tell. Okay. But she was there to alter my path, because I was flying, doing my thing. Me and my kids traveling. I had a little nanny with me, doing my thing. No baby daddy, nothing. Till I met her. She hands me this plastic bag, little like a little weed bag, a little dime bag, you know, that 15, with an acorn in it. It's an acorn and it's a dollar bill wrapped in it. And she was like, I want to give this to you because it's a money ritual, so we could get money. Now, in my head, I'm like, I don't need this. To me, I'm like, I'm skeptical to take it, but I took it. That was the first mistake I took. I should have never took it. My money was fine. Her money wasn't fine. She was in destitute. She was losing Social Security. I even helped her got her Social Security back. They cut her Social Security. I had to go down there, be a power of attorney, talking from a nurse's perspective, put the case together, showed them where they messed up in Social Security, got her Social Security back on. This is how much I was backing for her. That's why I understand Jaguar Wright. I understand Jaguar Wright. So I got the acorn. I'm looking at this fucking bag like, what the fuck? Now I know my grandma, they always tell me, don't take nothing from nobody. In Haiti, it was so bad that when my mother and my uncle went back to Haiti to visit, because they were born in Haiti, but when she took them back to visit and when they were living in Haiti, they never knew my mother's name and my uncle's name, because my grandma said, never tell nobody their name because they will use your name and throw voodoo on you. That's how voodoo, that's how strong it is if you're dealing with the right practitioner. They used to call my mother Fifi and call my uncle Fun Fun. That wasn't their name, but that's the only name the witches would have knew. She gave me the bag. All of a sudden, shit was weird. Little things was happening. Little incidents was happening. And I was paying off stuff, doing stuff, because before I was just banging. But this was the identifier that I knew that she was trying to switch her life for my life. What ended up happening is that I started to have a series of car accidents. Now, I'm going to say, from New Jersey, we used to drive it up. I used to get tickets back in the day, fight tickets. I ain't going to say everything was the best, but I never had fucking car accidents in Jersey until I got here. I got here over the age of 34. Don't tell me that I can't drive. First car accident, hit from the back. That was exactly 1 month from when I paid that car off. The car that I bought when I first became a nurse. 1 month. Lost the car. Car total. I love that car. I said, damn. Hit it from the back. Second time I got hit from the back, because I got hit from the back when I was a child. This time it caused an extravasation in my cervical spine. And I had a bulging disc. Listen to what I told you. She had a vertebrae that was moved, that I found out in her report, that was literally causing pressure on her spine, that when she would move certain ways and certain things would happen, she would have seizures. I could give you the diagnosis of what it is, okay? It's like a nerve, it's pitching a nerve. And people wouldn't even know what it was because this is so uncommon. It can be caused by traction. So what happens is your neck goes like this, and the vertebrae gets out of alignment. And instead of me having it to her capacity, mine became bulging. Baby, sounds familiar? First car accident. Paid that car off. Cool. Had to buy another car. I'm grinding, things going on. I'm trying to be a single mother. Something not right. I tell my grandma, all of this stuff happening. I don't understand what's going on. Every time I put money down, it's just disappearing. I was able to say, my grandma, like, what are you doing? What is going on with you? What has changed in your life? And I said, well, I didn't know, met this lady girl, and I told her what I was doing. She said, I say, Grace, you know better. You know never to do voodoo with nobody. Never. I said, huh? But we was trying to pray together to help her case, to make sure that we could push her case together, push it through with her power, my power. Like, no. This is my grandmother. I said, oh, damn. This bitch tried to switch my life for her. There was no way. She kept saying, we twins. How the fuck we twins? I'm a whole registered nurse, travel nurse. I got 2 kids. You got 1. I'm living a different life. You living this. But you kept calling me twins to put in my mind, to build that love, to love bomb me. Then first to make me feel bad for her. And then to use exactly what my weakness and my strength to attach to her. And my weakness and my strength is nursing and care and everything in the healthcare field. And that was the demons who knew exactly who to send, when to send it, and how to orchestrate it. Doesn't make sense. So once I knew that, but it was crazy because when I had the acorn, I got rid of it. I took that shit apart. I took it apart and I prayed. I said, fuck this. Ripped the dollar up and everything. Prayed on it. Whatever she said, I sent it back. I knew that was to take my money. Why the fuck would I take it? I should have said, nah. But I took it from this E5 ass chick. Turned my world upside down. Second car accident. Let's fucking talk about it. This was the car accident that defined that I knew that this was when the demons was mad, because I left her alone. And I started praying, started getting on it. Pop, 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 pop in the spiritual world. Candles burning, sage. I rebuke and rescind. Baby. Car accident number 2. I'm driving my baby girl to dancing class. I'm tired as hell. I know, single mother working overnight. I ain't got no choice. She got dancing class. I'm taking her. I don't know what the hell happened. Now it's exactly like this. This is the street, but this street comes down like this, like imagine a hill and a curve, and I'm coming this way. Now there's a highway called Highway 20 in Georgia. Now Highway 20, sometimes they have a big barrier, metal, but this one right here had a low fence, like a child's fence, like those like little ass fences that is like metal. It's not a good barrier. So I'm driving and I make a left, but I make a left slowly, I guess, not fast. I'm in the zone because I'm tired. I work 3 nurses nights. I gotta take my baby to dances class. I'm about to stay outside and sleep. Like, we about to do this. I make the left, and my daughter says that the truck came. I didn't know this truck came from nowhere because the bin is like this, and he's hauling ass. So just like they do, I guess they see somebody coming, they like, you better make it. The spirit jumped on his ass because he didn't break. As my daughter said, Ma, all I saw him coming in slow motion and you going. She's in the passenger seat. Boom, hit my car. My car turns. Now I'm facing his direction and turned the other way. Literally, my car turns back into the direction. I did a whole donut. While my car is doing the donut, though, I'm going to tell you what I experienced inside, me and my daughter. The screen went black inside. Like the glass, I saw it shattered. Now, I never saw a glass shatter and it looked black like this. My car was already tinted on the sides. So when it went shattered and went black, it was like we were in black. And I literally said, Oh my God, stop the car, stop the car, stop the car, because I can feel the car spinning. And I see my daughter right here, and my daughter is like this. She's going up. I can see her in slow motion. And I'm like, stop the car, guys, stop the car. And all of a sudden the car, whoop, it fucking stops. Me and my daughter gets out the car. The car is total. I can show you the pictures. The front of the car is banked in. He hit us so hard that we did a 360. I end up on the same side I was coming. That thin ass fence, my car is this close to the fence. I don't know how, and I do know how. The blood of Jesus, God stopped the car. That's what I said. I said, God, stop the car. God, stop the car. God, stop the car. If I did not call him down, them demons would have took us over into Highway 20 in Georgia. And further, the Highway 20 is a fast-ass highway if y'all in Georgia. We would have been dead. We would have been dead, me and my daughter. This is the killer. We gets out the car. A Caucasian man walks up to me like, ma'am, you okay? You okay? I said, yeah, we're good. You okay? And I see his truck, and I'm like, oh, your truck is okay. Don't even got a hit on it. He like, ma'am, that's not my truck. I didn't hit you. He did. I go look. It's a big ass. It's a truck that hit me. Not. It's like a 4x4 Ford. Hits me. He goes into the ditch. So when he hit me, he went into the ditch, and my car spins because I was making a left. So it just it did a circle. Okay, that's the song and the dance. Those people, they were looking at me and my daughter like we were fucking ghosts. Excuse my language. They couldn't believe we walked out that car. When I looked at the car and I posted it on Facebook, they couldn't believe I walked out the car. Blood of Jesus. And them demons was after me. It gets better. We're going to close off this story, but it gets better. It gets better. Now, this is how God shows me. Because I had to keep on praying. I had to get this demon out of my life. She sent. And she still sent love to me, this lady. I love you. I'm your biggest fan. She still be in my inbox. And I told her, and it's so thick, and I told her, like, listen, I have to block you. I cannot deal with you. It is what it is. I think I explained to her, but she knew. And she was like, well, I understand if this is what you have to do what's right for you. And then she cried a little bit. And I was like, baby, this is the tribe of Levi. Once you show me you throwing voodoo down on me, I don't give a fuck. It ain't no more crying. Ain't no more tears. I done been attacked so much in the spiritual world. You ain't about to do this. You ain't about to stop mine. So I ain't had no sympathy. I love it. I have love for her as a human being. And as I told you, I understand, Jag, because when you love and you care for somebody, you can't just throw them away. But baby, your life is first. So this is the confirmation that I was supposed to be harmed more than what I was harmed. I'm working as a nurse. What hospital I'm in? I forgot. They had me in the ICU. I'm doing ICU. Never been on this damn ICU before. They treat me like crap. That's a whole nother story. I got another page called Nurses to Nurses. No, I'm Nursing Uncensored, where I talk about this. I talk about my traumatizing nursing stories. If y'all want to know, I go on Tuesday mornings and I cry. But that's another thing. So, yes. So I have a patient. He coming here from a motor vehicle accident. He needs surgery on his tibula. Let me explain what the tibula is. Your legs, you have the top part and you have the bottom part. The top bone is called the femur. The bottom bone is called the tibula and the fibula. Those two bones at the bottom. His tibula, one of the bones of the inner bone, was broken. Both tibulas. So I had to go make sure that I had to get a special machine to listen to his pedal post to make sure that he had circulation. Because if he didn't have circulation, I had to make sure keep on, make sure everything was good, because he would need his leg amputated if it wasn't circulation. That's why we had to keep on doing what we was doing, giving our nursing care, doing a pedal post checks, and switching his position, because he was going to go into surgery right in the morning. Because if he didn't, he had a risk of losing his legs. let's talk about the connection to me. When I got out of that car, I had two significant bruises. One significant bruise is right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah, right here. I have a belt mark under my tattoo. The belt literally grabbed me and ripped my skin. Secondly, I don't know what happened, but on my bottom of my legs, my lower part of my legs, when somebody kick you in the shin, that shin area, I had two bruises on both sides of my shin. If I can explain the bottom part. And this was after the car accident. So I had this and I had two bruises on my shin. It never dawned on me in my head, even as a nurse, I couldn't figure out how the hell did I get these bruises on my shin. My daughter had a bruise right here. I think her neck would have been severed. I'm gonna keep it real. We were not supposed to live. The demons was mad that I cut her off. They were mad that I figured this out. So they was coming hardcore. Literally, the tibula, the two places where I had those bruises was the same two places that the gentleman had his bruises and where he needed surgery and where the pins were going to go into his legs. God showed me where I was going to be if I didn't call him down, because the demons was after me. It ain't no joke. I ain't crazy. I don't go around saying, oh, I'm not diagnosed with schizophrenia. I ain't diagnosed with shit. I know voodoo. I know black magic and what it does. Last thing. This is how it is. The way the car accident went was parallel to the way the young lady accident went. We were not supposed to make it out, me and my daughter. The young lady that tried to switch her life for my life, her car accident was she was driving straight and another person came and just T-boned her. Boom! And she went flying and she ended up in a ditch. Similar to like how the guy was in the ditch. But the opposite, because he hit me. But in hers, the lady hit her. And she couldn't get the care she needed. And that's what made me feel sympathy for this lady. This Ifa practicing woman who tried to change her life for mine. Okay? If that ain't a motherfucking story, ain't shit I can tell you to let you know how serious this is. I got more stories. We've been on for almost 2 hours, and we're going to end this broadcast. I want to say thank you to everyone who popped their head in, everyone who sent love to Sam, send love to Jaguar, send love to Goomba Head. Please send love to my boo Sam. I fell in love with him from day one. Can I show Sam? Can I show him? Please. I'm going to show Sam because I felt like I didn't want to show Sam before because I felt like I was just taking advantage because, people go in and just use things for attention. So I said, no, I'm not going to do that because I was going to put it on my page of Sam and Jaguar Wright together. And I didn't do it. But I'm going to show y'all now. Look at this young man. I love him. And before we show him, I want to say shout out to SeanDavieWay. Baby, you got the juice. You did amazing. You did amazing with handling this interview and allowing him to speak his piece. It was very wholehearted. And you did not take advantage of him. He was allowed to speak wholeheartedly. He knew exactly what he was doing, when he was doing it, and how he did it versus on Tasha K's. Tasha K, that's a mother, but that's another story. So shout out to SeanDavieWay, baby. I will sing your song, Holy Spirit Activate. I love that. I swear to God, every time I see, I start laughing. I love you, SeanDavie. But I stopped watching you. I'm gonna be honest. You know why I stopped watching you? Because it's not. It don't feel right me as a woman to be attracted to a bisexual man. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it real. It's something. It just didn't feel right. I was like, oh nah, SeanDavieWay is too cute. I cannot do this because he made me like him. Like, I'm gonna just keep it real. So I stopped watching him because I didn't want to have a lustful feeling for SeanDavieWay. I didn't even understand where the fuck it came from. You got that voodoo on you, SeanDavieWay. What the hell you over there doing? Got a woman abstinent looking at you and stuff. I'm abstinent. Let me see. Wait, this is look exactly. This is I think this is when he got baptized. Look at my boo Sam. Look at my baby.
My life, I'm doing.
Look at my baby. Look how happy Jaguar Wright is. Look how happy she is. Look at Sam. That's my boo. Sam, I love you. I'm sorry. He made me just smile. If I could just hug him. Jaguar, you see, baby, we need him. Jaguar needs him. Jaguar needs Sam to sue her out. We've been traumatized. Jaguar is a beautiful woman. Look at her. I don't care what y'all say about how she talks, the way she talks, what she says. She has a beautiful soul. You can see the soul that shines through her. So I can't say more. I can't say more about her. Look at my baby Sam. Look at my baby cakes. I'm sorry. I love Sam. Sam, one day we're going to meet and I'm going to give you such a big ass hug. So I want to say I love you guys. At least I got to finish off on a good note and you guys actually kind of understand more about voodoo and I got to share some love to the people on the YouTube streets. And I don't know how many times I'm going to say I love Sam. I love Jaguar Wright, son. I love him. That's my boo. Here we go. Gotta go.
Would you like to learn a brand new and innovative way to invest your extra money that has a low barrier to entry and low competition? What if I told you that it is a guaranteed method to get up to 18 to 20% return on your investment? Tax lien and deed purchasing is the only way to get into the real estate market through the back door. No credit and no loans needed. This method isn't commonly taught, and therefore the competition is very low, for now. Put together a 14-hour info-packed course which will teach you everything you'll need to know to get started. Learn at your own pace, step-by-step guided video and aids to start you on the TLC deed investment process. The course offers many learning tools for new investors, helping ensure you safely invest in tax liens and deeds. Contact us today and join the buyback team.
Answer. Because you are that, you are capable. You are gifted and you are so unique. All of the things that you may hate about yourself are your strengths. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be opinionated. It's okay